Hi, welcome back, and of course I remain Moses. So in previous video tutorial I introduced you to WooCommerce. WooCommerce is a plugin you can make use of to build our e-commerce website, and I also introduced you to Astra team, and that is what we'll be working with for this week, for this particular week. So the next thing I'll be doing now is to go ahead to customize my theme, and before I customize my theme I need to set one or two things. So I'm going to come back to my pages and I'm going to create two major pages. So I'm going to click on add new, open this in another tab. I'm going to come here. This will be my home page. I'm going to give this home. I'm going to click on publish. I'm going to come to the second one and I'm going to give this something like let's create just one page for now. Let's create just one page. So the next thing I'm doing is to create my menu. I'm going to come to appearance and I'm going to come to menus. Now most of you skipped this part. Create your menu and set your menu. Most of you skipped this part in previous videos, and I'm going to give this main menu. I'm going to click on create menu and I'm going to select home. I'm going to click add to menu, and this time around I'm going to select it as my primary menu and my off canvas menu. This is very important. So I'm going to click on save menu. I'll go ahead to close this particular page, and the next thing I have to do now is to customize my theme. This is very important. Before you start building or installing plugins or doing all those stuffs, you need to customize your theme. So I'm going to come to appearance, customize, and I'm going to open this in another tab. Now the first thing I'll do is come to global, which is the normal thing I taught you, and of course again I'll be working with pop-ins. I'm going to come to body font family and I'm going to give this pop-ins. The other fonts you can work with, you can explore pop-ins, and I'm going to come to heading font family. I'm going to give this pop-ins as well, and I'm going to come to font family. I'm going to give this pop-ins as well. I think I'm cool. Then I'm going to come back. I'm going to check colors. So I'm going to be working with my own personal brand color, and this is it right here. So I'm going to be working with this guy and this guy, these two colors. So I'm going to open my editor to copy the color code. You can work with any color of your choice. I'm just trying to pick my own color. Cool. So I'm going to drag in these two guys. You don't have to do what I'm doing. I'm just trying to extract the color I want to work with. So I'm working with these two shades of color, and I'm going to come back here. For my accent color, I want to work with this guy. So I'm going to click this, my picker, and I'm going to click on the middle one. I'm going to copy the code and we'll come back here and paste it. Cool. For these three blacks, I'm going to be working with these three right here. So I'm going to pick the first one. I'm going to copy, come here, paste. I'm also going to come here to pick the second color. I'm going to select this, copy, and paste. I'm going to leave the third one as default, and I'm going to come here to change the color of this accent right here to the light version of this particular one here. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to pick the color. I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste. Now this particular software is just normal editing software like Photoshop. So you can use Photoshop, you can use Illustrator to pick colors. So I just like working with GIMP. I'm just going to close that. Now I've picked my color. If you don't have an idea of picking colors or working with colors, you can come to this link. I'm going to leave the link in the description below. I'm going to look for it, this particular one right here. It says color.adobe.com. That's is an extension of Adobe properties, something like that. So on this particular website, you can pick colors, you can match colors, you can get to see how it will look before making use of them. So if you want to work with analog color, if you want to work with monochromatic colors, you want to work with triad, complementary, split complementary, and so on and so forth, you can come to this particular website to pick colors. For example, I want to work with let me work with the triad, and you can drag these guys around, you can drag them around, and it will automatically pick the color that match with it for you. So you won't have to go through the stress of looking for a color that match well. So look at this, that generated a lot of colors for you already with the color code, and you can work with it. So just come here, play around with the colors, and pick the color you want to work with. So I'm going to close this, and I'm going to come back to my customization page. I've set my color and my site background. I think I would love it to be something like this, something like completely off, not pure white, but kind of off-white, something like this. Yeah, something like this. And content background, I'm going to select this. Can make my content background pure white. I think I'm cool with that. Content background pure white. This should be like this. Perfect. Just play around with the colors and pick the one you want. And this. Perfect. So my color is set. I'm going to come back. Container buttons. Let me see my buttons and let's see what I want to work with. I want my button to look like this time around. Something like this. Or should I work with this? Let me work with this. So perfect. I'm going to come back here. I've set my global color. Now I want to work with the header builder. Now it's the same process with Cadence theme, but since you're already familiar with the interface, you can just go around to play with it. So the first thing I want to do is to set the entire color of my header. I'm going to click on this icon right here. I'm going to come to design, and I want to give it dark. So this is the border. I'm not working with border now. Let me just disable the border. Let me undo what I did. The background color, I'm going to come here and I'm going to select this guy right here, or something like this, or something even lighter. Should I work with pure white? Let me work with something like this, and that is set. I'm going to come back to general, and I want to increase the height kind of to something like 80 or 100. 100 is quite much. Let me make it 90. 80 is cool for me. And I'm going to edit my logo. Let me just give this ecom as the name of my e-commerce, as the name of my brand. So I want to work with text this time around, and I'm going to come to design. I want to give it a title color of this, my black color, and this. Cool. I'm going to come to this primary menu right here. I'm going to come to design, and I'm going to set the color. The text color, I want it normal color. I want it to be black, not deep black, but something like this. On hover, I want to give it this kind of color, and active this color. Perfect. So for the background, I don't need the background. I'm just going to leave this guy like this. You can add other things. So I'm going to click on this plus icon right here, and I want to add other widgets. Let me add the search button. So we have the search right here. I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to come to design. I think I like the color like this. I'm just going to leave it like that. Let me see if I can add other stuffs. Let me add accounts this time around. Let me add accounts up here. I'm going to add accounts here. Let me add account here, and I'm going to customize this particular top header also. I'm going to click on this icon right here. I'm going to come to design, and I'll give it a background color of black, something like this, or like this, something like this. I'm going to come back to edit the account. I'm going to edit the account, and I want it as avatar. Perfect. So account URL, we'll come back to set all these later on, but just leave it like this. Login URL, we'll come back to set all these later on, so just leave it like this. And I'm going to come to design. I want the size, icon size as 16 or probably 15. Image width, I can give this something like 30 or 25, something like this. I'm cool with this, something like this. And if you want to add other stuffs right here, you can add, but for now I'm just going to add a button here. I'm going to add a button here. Cool. I'm going to edit it, and let me just give it, can give this something like, let's give it cat, or yeah, cat. Let's give it cat. We'll come back to customize it later on, but for now let's just leave it like this. I'm going to open this in another tab in case when they click on it, it opens in another tab. So I'm going to leave it like that. And the next thing I want to do is, let's see, let me edit this header again. I want to remove the border it's giving it. I don't like this border. I'm going to come to design, and border color, I'm going to give the border 0, and just give it 0. Don't have to touch the color, just give it 0, and the border is gone. So I'm going to go ahead to click on publish. Cool. And I'm going to come back to display to see what we have so far with our website, and we have this. Cool. Little by little we're trying to put things together. So this is where we're going to stop for this video tutorial. In the next video tutorial, we'll be installing the needed plugins, and we'll come back to the customization page to finish up our customization. Of course, I remain Moses, and I'll see you in the next video tutorial.